Hi guys, welcome back to the Unwind podcast of D&T, where we unwind our feelings, thoughts, and experiences. I'm Tommy,
And I'm Daybell.
and today we're just going to get right into our Unwind of the week. If you're new, Unwind of the week is where we kind of share new things that we've learned, or new shows that we're watching, or just new experiences that we've had over the week. So, Daybell, what's your Unwind of the week this week?
Yeah, mine's more of like an unpopular opinion, but I've came to the conclusion that group studying is not for me. Not that I've done one recently, but I was just reflecting on like the time at uni, and I'm like, I am just someone who works better with by myself. Like obviously, unless it's like a group project, then sure. But studying with other people, I find I don't get anything out of it. Like except maybe if it's one on one. But even that, I only choose like a selected amount of people that I can actually study one on one with. I just don't find that it benefits my studying. Like I have a weird acronyms and little things to like remember like content with.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I study is probably not the most, I guess, conventional. But I just find that I do not do well with studying with other people. Like I can try, but it's just at the end of the day, I don't get any benefit out of it. So that's my little unwind of the week.
That was a good one. That was a good one. My unwind of the week is shout out to my girl Aisha. She actually sent me this podcast called Blood and Business, and they literally just give like a history about the Kardashians and like how that's all started and everything. Like it even gives you like insight into like OJ Simpson, Robert Kardashian, things like that. And like I love that kind of thing. So it's kind of nice to hear their perspective on it. I'm still getting through one episode, but I think that yeah, it's good so far. I'm quite enjoying it. As well as Love Island. Love Island is very it's going well, good. It's going very well. But currently there's an X in there. It's kind of giving me X on the beach kind of vibe, not really like Love Island where you meet new people kind of thing. But honestly, I'm excited to see how things play out with the X being there and everything, and like if he like gets rekindled with his ex or anything. But yeah, as well as Luca. Luca's giving me a bit more of a lot of red flags. Twitter is saying that he's feeling a bit entitled to Gemma. I'm looking forward to see how that all plays out as well, because he's kind of being annoying on the screen at the moment. But it's interesting. So, to get right into this episode, we're just going to jump in. So, we're going to talk about post-grad blues, since it's just appropriate, since it's grad season, and like we both graduated in 2020 and just dealing with not only post-grad but also the pandemic. So, I think we graduated at a unique
Mm.
time. So, Debo, like, how has been post-grad for you? Like, two times now, because you graduated twice.
Yeah. No, it's been rough, not gonna lie. So I recently got my Bachelor of Arts in Psych. I went back to school. I started my program January 2021, and I just recently graduated this June. Woo woo. Can I just give a quick
Yay.
shout out to Tommy? She tuned in a live stream
Of
all
course.
the way from Calgary, Alberta. And
Of
she was watching
course.
on Facebook, which is so sweet. So I just
Of
wanted to say
course.
thank you for that, always supporting me. But yeah,
Yes.
I think us like post grad blues. I've heard of it, but I guess I was just in this bliss of like you graduate, then after you graduate, you get a
Mm-hmm.
job, and then you get a whole white picket fence, the whole 9 yards, and then your
Mm-hmm.
life begins. And that is just not what I got at the end. I looked at the little
Yeah.
like degree. I guess I'm like, wow, this just for a piece of paper. But I guess it's more than a piece of paper. But I don't know what I expected. I'm like at least like laminated, like looking cute or something. And yeah, my expectation did not match my reality. And I think us being robbed of like the whole walking down the stage. I was going to say walking down the aisle. Not yet.
Not yet.
Walking down the stage. Because, you know, we were so excited for grad. COVID happened, start of March 2020, just right in the thick of it. Our grad got canceled. I was super devastated about that, and I was really hoping that we could at least get something done. So that kind of put a damper on things. And then I went to school actually 6 hours away by drive. And then,
Mm-hmm.
I took lots of flights back and forth to visit my family. And then you went to school 2 hours away. So,
Yeah.
but for the most part, a lot of the friends I made at school lived so far away from me. I've got friends in Calgary, BC, Winnipeg,
Yeah.
Edmonton. Everyone's all over the place while you are an Alberta native, so people are more accessible to you. But even with that,
Mm-hmm.
the isolation, of not seeing your friends for so long, and then it was even worse for me because a lot of the really good friends I had made didn't live next to me. So feeling
Mm-hmm.
that was really hard. I do obviously have some friends here, but everyone was literally at different spots. And then COVID
Yeah.
kind of kept some people like stationary. So I think COVID definitely made it 10 times worse than it really needed to be. Like, what were your experiences?
Post grad. Wow. It was definitely hard. Like I remember being like so upset not walking the stage because I did not spend so much
Mm-hmm.
money not to like walk the stage. Like that's what you wish for after spending four
Mm-hmm.
years of your life and giving 4 years money to the school, right? So it was quite disappointing. I know they tried to give us a grad, but honestly, it didn't really feel like a grad because I'm in my
Mm-mm.
home and like my family did try to like make it special for me. Like I got spoiled for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It was nice, got food and everything. It made it bittersweet and everything. But then
You
you go
mooched
into
your
the
way
real.
over.
Of course I did, girl. Of course I did. But then you get into the real world. Like you get like literally after 2 weeks or even like yeah, 2 weeks after grad, you're back in Calgary or you're back wherever you are. They ask you, so like, what's next? It's like, what do you mean what's next?
Oh,
Like what do you mean? Like I literally just did 4 years of my life. What do you mean what's next? I just want to relax. But like they're like, no, like you need to like, find a job, you need to do this. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. Like for me personally, I absolutely hate when people tell me something I already know. It's like I wasn't born yesterday. Like I know I have to get a job. I know I have to do this. It's not like I'm not like it's not like I'm just living free in my parents' house, just on the couch watching TV kind of thing. I know I have to get a job. I know I have to do this and I have to do that. So just the whole like what's next? It's like I just finished school. Can we just breathe a bit? Like let's take a couple deep breaths. So I had to deal with a lot of that as well as I was never really pressured into like, okay, so like you're done school, husband, husband. Like I got like I don't know what they expect. Am I supposed to find a husband on the street? Like I don't know if they do that, like where there's husband for sale or something. So I feel like for me it was a lot of like you're done school, what's next? And you're done school, where's your husband? Kind of things. So those are
mm,
the things I was kind of like battling with a bit. And finding a job in COVID, like pre-COVID, post-COVID, it's so difficult. Like there's some days where you can go through the job like sites, Indeed, LinkedIn, and you see the same job over and over again. Like you applied for it, but then they don't reach out like, oh, you didn't get it. They just repost the job. I'm like, just tell me I didn't get the
mm.
job so I know I'm not wasting my time replying. But did you ever stumble on the whole like what's next question um in your life or through people asking you and like all that? And how did that make you feel? Like did you feel like it's okay, it's like and you guys need to let me breathe? Like literally just finished 4 years of my life. Let me just breathe a bit and yeah. But I want to know your thoughts on
No, I
that.
think as a Nigerian, like that's one thing we face the most. And
Mhm.
I'm a time person. Like I'm a structured. I go to school this. Like I plan my life out. So I'm like, okay, I do this. Then
Mhm.
maybe I'll do a master's degree, or maybe I'll go into med. Like I have a plan always. So with COVID, it
Yeah.
made me not in control because how I thought my life would work out is not how it panned out to be.
Yeah.
Like I had a whole volunteering and stuff going in the hospital that got shut down with COVID. Like everything just came
Mhm.
crumbling down. The job market was so hard to just find something decent. You're told you go to school, you find a job, right? Because now you're qualified. But then the
Mhm.
job people will tell you, employers will say experience in the field at least 2 years, 4 years. It's like how do
Oh,
I have
yes.
get experience if I never tried? So that
Yeah.
was really rough. Like finding the job, I think was the most depressing part of it all, of the whole process.
Mhm.
And Nigerian people, oh my God,
They
the
don't
aunties
mind their
and
own
uncles,
business.
you guys are not helping. Like, I don't get it. If you tell Nigerian people your goal, like, for whatever years ago, they go, so you told me back in 2016 that you wanted to do this and this and that, so are you going to keep doing it? Like, I changed my mind. Things happen. The world revolves. I,
Mm-hmm.
I, what's the word I'm trying to look for? I shift or accommodate based on what's happening at the moment, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if my goal was A and something's happening, it doesn't mean I'm still not going to do my goal. I might just use a different avenue to get to my goal because plan A was not going to work now because of the state of the world. You know,
Yeah.
Nigerian people, you tell them, I want to be an astronaut. They'll come to you next week. So when I went to the moon, that's not how it works. Like, there's steps to this, you know? So I think that, like, I don't think I necessarily felt pressure from those people. It was more just annoying. Like, it was like,
Yeah.
so what are you doing now? I'm like, I don't know. Like, even if I did have an answer, like, leave me alone. I'm just figuring it out as I go, and you
Mm-hmm.
just annoying me. Like, so it was nice, and obviously living at home for free is always good, but we all know that comes with its, you know, it's
Price.
it's price of child labor duties, like we like to call it. You know, washing, cooking. Y'all know, if you are Nigeria, you already know what we're talking about. The struggle
To be
never ends. My
specific,
sister has
a Nigerian girl, not a Nigerian male, a
yes,
Nigerian girl. To be specific.
my sister.
To be specific. But yeah.
We've been
Um.
struggling. We've been suffering, my
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
I was
So
gonna
that was
touch
rough.
on. Sorry, I was gonna touch on the whole like 2 years of experience thing that you mentioned in the job.
Hmm.
Um, I had this funny experience where, I was applying for jobs, trying to make money, and I saw entry level. When you think entry level, you think, oh yeah, out of university, you in high school. Tell me why I saw 10 years of experience in a master um, requirement. I was like, okay, so you want me to have 10 years of experience? I am 24, but you also want to get me a master? Um,
You should
I
have
don't
started
get
at 10,
it.
my sister. You should have started what? You should have started when you were
I
10
was
years
like,
old.
that doesn't work because and I feel like the job um economy, whatever job people, whatever you want to call them, I feel like they're having standards that them themselves cannot meet. It's like they like to put standards in the
Sure.
job, but when you get the job, it's not what you think it is. Like the jobs I've experienced, wow, guys, I've
I'm sorry.
suffered.
Can you please give us a little? You remember the job where they told you to be managing this particular item? Can you please give us the story behind that and that job
Wait,
description?
and
You
then
guys,
wait, what was
they said
the?
you'd be managing the toilet.
Oh, I'm trying to think what job, guys. Oh,
You guys,
right,
you guys,
right,
I was minding my
right.
business one day, and then she messaged me. She's like, "Oh, this job, blah blah blah. I found it." And guess what they said? Like the way they make it sounds so
They,
appealing. And you're like, "Oh, manager, girl. Not all management is good one.
so
Please tell us about it."
yeah, so the job was like a health promotion like manager kind of job, and like that's my
Hmm.
literally health promotion is literally my dream job. So when I saw, I was like, oh my god, like this is a match made in heaven. And so I read like the description. I was kept on reading it. I was like, oh okay, I gotta help with the toilets. And like I went to school for 4 years. I learned health
Oh
promotion.
no, sorry,
Me
we missed
helping
that
someone,
part. Say that part. We missed that tiny
the
part you said.
the health motion part.
No, what will you be doing at the job? You said it super quick.
Oh, I was, helping them with the toilets, cleaning the toilets, feeding them, doing all, like doing stuff that like I didn't learn in school. Like health motion, that's not health motion. Like you can educate people to, help their life, healthier life. I did not. That was not in my textbook in school. So I was like, okay. So I said, let me just check it out. Maybe they made it error in the thing. So they reached out to me like, oh, like yeah, I'm wanting to hire you and stuff like that. I kid you not, I did not respond. I did not respond.
You
I
guys,
told I told my mother. My mother was like, "Oh, interesting." I was like, "Uh huh." So like, you didn't read it. I read it. It did not say like the way that he had it. It's not the same way I read it. Like I wasn't giving what I was supposed to give. It was so
can I
upsetting.
can I just say we're not knocking anyone if that's you. There's not absolutely nothing
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
how it is. But we're just saying, be specific with what the job is going to be. Health promotion and toilet have nothing in common. So
They
be honest
don't.
with people to know what they're going to be signing up for. That's all we're making fun of, not the job
Like,
itself. But carry
yeah,
on,
no,
because some
no.
people might
Yeah, like
take it
it,
like that.
that is true. Thanks for the disclaimer.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like I've done jobs I've absolutely hated. Like if I could show you my resume, the only reason I did the job is because of the money. Like the money was just hitting my bank account, you know? But like one job that I did, and it was, I don't know if I can say it. It was more of like you're inspecting like the meat that you people
Oh
eat.
yeah, yeah.
So like, oh, guys, that job, to this day I have nightmares. Like
She's been a meat inspector. She's been everything, y'all.
that job, like to this day, like I can't eat certain meats because it just reminds me of that like job. Like it's just, and it's so hard finding like a perfect job in your field. Like I don't know if you feel this way
Mhm.
too, Daryl, but like you have a dream job you want. You
Mhm.
you know what you want, but then the employee's trying to like downgrade you because, for example, you have like, I'm gonna use you for example if you don't mind. Like you don't have 1 degree, you have 2 degrees,
Let them
and
know.
you have 2 degrees, and say you apply for a job and they want to pay you $12 an hour. I'd
Yeah.
rather do the child labor for free I'm doing at home. I'd rather do that and
Exactly.
not make money. Because how are you gonna pay 2 degree holder $12? I
At least you
understand
know you'd be getting fed at
scanners,
home, and
as
there's a
in,
car
but
to drive.
as in, like I understand startup companies. When you start companies, if you want to hire people, make sure you have the money to hire them. Don't be hiring
Mhm.
people left and right because you want to hire people. Like to me, that does not sit well with me. Like that's something I've struggled, something I see with the job. Like I get it, the economy is still recovering from COVID,
Mhm.
fine, but don't let it affect my lifestyle because my lifestyle, hey, I need money. I need
She's a
money.
baby girl.
I, I'm a baby girl. Like I need money. I need to sustain. I need to sustain my expensive lifestyle, and like that's something I'm like currently battling with. I'm like, okay, so like I have not been able to go to Sephora in a while, and like ugh, that's killing me. Like I'm a Sephora
Mhm.
babe for like their skincare stuff. So now I'm using like stuff that I can afford. Because that's the life I'm living at the
I think
moment, which is kind of hard.
I
But
thought you were
yeah.
gonna name a random cheap brand for a second, and that's
No, I'm surviving a bit. But yeah, like I want to know your thoughts. Like, do you think like the economy is just being really like they say there's new jobs, but where are they? Like, where are they? Like, I don't see them. Like, I
yeah,
know at one point they had like the what's it called? The Canada job thing. That kind of job thing. They need to get new jobs. Like those jobs. Oh, they're not real.
yeah,
They're
they're
not
not.
real.
No, I
They're
absolutely
not
agree.
real.
The government is lying to us because I don't know what new jobs you're talking about, and the whole not in your field. Oh my God, I'm sure a lot of our listeners can probably relate because you have a
Mhm.
degree in public health. I have a degree
I
in
do.
neuroscience and psych. So I want something
Claim it,
related
girl.
to like clinical psych, something along those lines, working with people, mental health or health wise, brain health. That is kind of my alley.
Mhm.
CT scans, stuff like that. And you're more literally health promotion. So promoting health
Yeah.
anywhere, whether it be schools, you name it, companies,
Exactly.
clinics, whatever. That's pretty self explanatory. So I don't know
Yeah.
why it's like, we'll be seeing all these jobs that have nothing to do with nothing. But at this rate, we're just taking what we can get and just praying that it just continues to get better. That's all I can say. So if
Mhm.
you're just a new grad and you're struggling, just know you're not the only one. I know you know
No.
other people who are in the same boat. I know other people. Finding job is hard. Just keep chugging
It
along. You will
is.
get a decent job. I promise. It sucks.
Amen.
Job search is like the worst, especially when you see on
It
social media, oh,
is.
this person moved to Toronto for a new job, but that one is in like Quebec. And also, you have to remember you can't compare yourself to others because social media is
Amen.
not real. People will post a highlight,
Amen.
but you don't know the struggle behind the
Ooh,
job. But
preach it,
no,
girl.
it's so true. The isolation and stuff. Like, speak on that a little bit. Did you feel kind of isolated given that? Because you made a lot of friends at school too. Or did the friendship aspect of leaving school not affect you as much? Because I really struggled with leaving a lot of my relationships because these are people I've literally been with since first year. 4 years of my
Mm-hmm.
life, we hung out a lot and like had all these beautiful experiences. And we're like, yeah, we'll visit, but let's be real, life happens. It's so hard to like,
Yeah,
we stay in touch, but to like really get together is really hard with everyone's
it really
scheduling. So did you
is.
face those challenges with your friendships?
A little bit. I lost some friendships.
Mm.
Which is, that's normal. That's life. But I think for me, like, I'm more like if you're my friend, like a really, really good friend of me, like I will check on you morning, day, and nights. Even when you're sleeping,
Mhm.
I'm awake. I'm like, hey, girl, like, what's up? Like, I know you're sleeping, but hey, kind of thing. Like, that's kind of who I
Mhm.
am. So I think for me, I did lose a bit of isolation, but honestly, like, I was glad I left Lethbridge. Like, I was so
Mhm.
happy because although a lot of people like make fun of Lethbridge and I get mad at them just because like why are you making fun of my school? Like what did my school do to you that you're making
Yeah.
fun of it kind of thing. But like I feel like I'm glad I left Lethbridge because like I was able to, grow a bit and a bit of leave that chapter behind and close that door and move on. So I was
Mhm.
very excited for that. In terms of friendships, like I still keep in touch with people who are in Lethbridge. Just one person because I think I only know one person down there at this point. And like it was very hard because I'm not really on my phone a lot. Like I struggle with answering text messages or like Snapchats and like everything. It just kind of just it's just a lot sometimes. So I think I had to kind of get used to the fact that I actually have to text this person back because like what happened in school is like like I'll just see them tomorrow. I'll just talk to them tomorrow. But now
Mhm.
I'm like literally moved away. I have to literally be like, oh hey girl, like what's up, kind of thing, which just kind of had to push me to make more effort. Like guys, I got to talk a couple of times. We thank God for growth.
Ooh.
we we thank God for growth. We thank
Can
God
I
for
just
growth.
say, I'm just gonna defend you for a second. I promise you guys, I don't have this issue with her. I like out of all my friends, she is such a quick texter, and that's not to say she doesn't like some people. That's not what I'm trying to say or start anything. But she is such a fast texter that if you text her within 10 minutes and she doesn't respond, then she's generally busy or something came up. But
Yeah.
I feel like she's the fastest texter I've ever met in my entire existence. If she sees a missed call, she'll call you right back. That's one thing that always annoyed me with some friends is that you call them and like they see your missed call and they don't even say anything. My sister, just give me any excuse. Like I said, I was taking my goldfish for a walk, or my goldfish got sick and we went to the vet. Like, come up with some excuse why you couldn't answer your phone. Don't just ignore it and then 4 days later be like, oh, girl, I don't saw your text and all, but I was very busy. Girl, you ain't that busy.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. So I just hate when people do that.
Yeah,
It annoys me so much.
it does. It's quite frustrating too because like I I like to put effort when effort is needed. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, like, I'm
True.
so great at putting effort. Like honestly, sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, wow, like, and I just look, I'm like, wow, I shouldn't have done that. But honestly, I'm like, honestly, you gotta put yourself first in some situations.
Hmm.
Like, in
Yeah.
uni, like, moving to graduating, I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna start applying for jobs. I'm gonna start doing this. Like I don't care what everyone's doing. Like if you need me, that's your own business. Like and that's the thing I struggle with. Like I love to put people first for myself.
Mhm.
So I think that like when that clicks my head, it's like wow, like maybe I do need to like take a rain check and be like yeah, like things like that. But like friends wise, like the thing about me with friends and post grad, I mean, if you're in my life now, you made it. That's all I gotta say. You made it. Like, if
True.
you're not, sorry to hear that. I wish you all the luck. But no bad blood. But I wish you all the luck. But yeah,
No,
it's
I
interesting.
agree.
It's interesting. But so, what if you could give one advice to a post grad? What would it be?
Honestly, it was just I think don't be not delusional, but don't be what's that word when you're just trying to not ignorant. I'm trying to find the right word. Don't be overly optimistic. Like, I was so
Mm,
optimistic, like, because I think the way they tell us is that, like, you get, you're done school, you get a job, everything's going to be peaches and cream.
they
That's
lied.
how they sell it. They lied. I'm sorry,
They
you guys.
lied.
They lied to you all. So
Mhm.
just know that it's not going to be super easy. And that's not to say
Mhm.
prepare for the worst, but just know in your heart that you're going to require even more hard work than even before school. And things
Mhm.
take time. So take your time. If that job is taking a while to get, just relax, breathe. It's easier said than done. I know, especially when people around you seem like they have their life together. Just know that
Mhm.
everyone has a different pace and timeline. So just breathe, try and do whatever you can do at the whatever you get. Doesn't mean you shouldn't aim high to get a good your dream job, but just know that you have to start somewhere, right? You can't get out of school and just expect to be the
Yeah,
CEO. You have to work your way up. So
that's
just
true.
be patient with yourself, give yourself grace, and keep applying, keep being optimistic, surround yourself with loving, cool people, and stay in touch with them, and just keep your head up is all I can say. And it will get better, but don't live in la la land and expect it to just be perfect as soon as you graduate, because it's not going to be like that. And it's such a big transition moving back when you've been away for so long and you move back home to the
Yeah.
home dynamic. It takes a little while to be like, oh, even though it's like your house and you lived there
Yeah.
before, it takes a little
Mhm.
while to kind of get back into the groove of everyone else, right? Because everyone else has their own
Agreed.
routine. So that when
Yeah.
you're added into the mix, it takes a little while to like get used to how everyone, lives their life and who has this going on, and keep in touch with your family and staying on beat with that. But keep your head up,
Yeah.
you all, and it gets better. What would you say?
I I would say, yeah, like you said, be patient with yourself as well as give your time grace. Like you literally just did a four
Mm,
year degree. Like
exactly.
you need to give your time enjoyments because I'm sure you enjoyed in school, but you didn't really enjoy. So you need to give your time the
What do you mean
enjoyment that
enjoy? We
you.
were studying.
Yeah, yeah, studying hard, but
Or hardly
I,
studying.
you know, that goes well too. As well as pick up new hobbies. I know I went through
That's
a
a good one.
whole trend of hobbies. Like I was obsessed with baking. Um, I started a YouTube channel. I did a lot of different things to keep me busy and keep yourself busy, but also don't neglect applying for jobs.
Mhm.
I think that hobbies are very good for someone because, like, for example, um, you don't want to be applying for jobs from 9 a.m. to 5. Like, yes, it's a full
Mhm.
time job, but honey, you're not getting paid to do that. So find somewhere
Sure.
to make money and, like, keep yourself happy and just, have fun with, like, post grad, travel if you're going to travel, like, but
Mm,
also don't get too carried away because some people, they
sure.
travel and they just feel like, oh, I can just spend all the money I have. And then when the money
Mhm.
finishes, like, oh, where's my money? So I think just do it um, enjoy life small by small. And yeah, I
That's
think
a good
that's
good
my
advice.
advice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think that's good. Definitely travel. That's something that
Yes.
I really wanted to do a lot of, but COVID. But like me and Tommy said, we're not going to make that excuse anymore. We're just going to do it. If we say we're going to go here,
Yeah.
we're going to go there.
October, if you see us in Toronto, mind your business. That's what I
Mind your
say.
business. We're not telling
Mind
you what we're
your
going
business.
for, but mind your
Mind
business.
your
Okay,
business. Don't worry about it.
we're
We're doing well. Like we're making it work with what we
we're
have.
having hot girl fall. Okay, there's no hot stuff from. Oh, we'll try for hot girl summer, but we'll see how it goes. We're having hot
Yeah.
girl fall. I know Tommy can
Amen.
only do so much. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But I'm gonna be there for the both of us, honey.
As you should,
I'm gonna
as you
be.
should,
I don't even need to say more. I
as you
don't.
should.
I'm not gonna say more, but it's gonna be hot girl fall. So if y'all see us in Toronto doing our thing, you better just,
Amen, amen. Claiming it
but
now.
exactly. Let's transition. Oh, I feel like Nigerian aunties are ruthless more than ever. Would you agree? Like they're not subtle anymore. There's no subtlety.
Yeah.
Nigerian aunties are subtle does not go hand in hand.
Like I feel like it's like I feel like they're just like blunt. They just say whatever is on their mind. For
Yeah,
example, they're like, "Oh, so now you're done school. Um, where's the special man in your life?" I'm like, "You mean
exactly.
Jesus? He's looking up back down on me. Jesus is the only one,
He said
So
JESUS. That's his name, boo.
So it's like I don't know, like I don't know why like they I don't know if it's like if it's how they did it, like after school they got married and everything. But
Yeah,
my argument is that you told us to focus on our books, right?
exactly.
We got the
Exactly.
paper. We're not looking at no man during that paper. We were looking at
We
that.
sure were not.
We were getting
Exactly.
educated, stuff like that. So it's kind of like, so where are they supposed to meet the man that you claim that I should have by now?
This is a question we're all hoping for an answer. And then the worst is like, I could imagine if someone asked them to hook them up. They'll give you some crusty uncle from the village or something like that.
I
Like, could you imagine?
I actually changed my number.
Like,
I would change my
could you
number.
imagine? Has
No,
any
I
come up to
can't
you and like,
imagine because
oh, I
I
know
will leave the
somebody?
country. I'll leave the country.
Has,
Like,
has any auntie offered you somebody that could be a potential or not really? Are you like, sure?
no.
Yeah, neither have I.
Um,
I don't give them that opportunity.
no, I feel like they know me. I feel like they just know that this girl is just on a different planet. Like, don't be coming to her with, oh, I have some man for you. Like, I think they know I'm not really on that wavelength a bit. I
No, for
have,
real.
I like to wear rings on my fingers, and one day I had a ring on my finger, and this auntie was like, oh, what a nice ring. So when you're ready to introduce us to the man, just I'm like myself because I bought myself that ring. It's
Exactly.
like
Um,
so things like that. It's just so crazy. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like
no,
I feel like
for real.
they got married aged like 24, 25, but like this is a
Yeah.
different era. People are getting
God
master's
forbid you're
degrees. People.
25 with no ring. God forbid. God forbid. You're old. We're ancient, Melissa. We're ancient, literally. And I'm thinking, like, I'm young, 24.
No, we are
Let me
young.
live my life. No, according
No,
to
we
them,
are.
25, we need to get her going. I could imagine. Let me say this. In my soul, I always knew, obviously, I want to get married. I think it's a beautiful thing. But getting married young was never in my plan or something I aspired to have. I know kind of girls who are like,
Really.
yeah, I want to be married by like 23, 25. That's not my like goal in life. Like, I think it's
Mhm.
beautiful, and like maybe like later 20s, that's more my thing, but not mid 20s. Like, look at me as I am. I'm not ready to be paying for no mortgage. Like, people don't understand like the cost
You and this
associated with being
mortgage.
married. I'm not. I'm enjoying free living. I cannot be paying for groceries for somebody. I cannot be paying property taxes and all this tax that's associated with being an homeowner.
Crazy.
That's the one thing that these Nigerian aunties will never tell you, the associated cost. They'll push you in there, but who's going to pay for a wedding? I'm not having no small backyard against wedding. Like, this is not
Oh dear.
a dang on, what's that called? DIY. No, ma'am, not in my backyard. We're doing a whole extravaganza. It's a whole production.
It's
And I don't
it's
have money for production right now at my small age. So we're saving up. Thank you very much.
It's so funny you mentioned that because over the weekend my dad sent us like TikTok. Don't ask me how he found this TikTok, but he sent me this
Yo,
TikTok.
Nigerian parents out. They've been getting TikTok like this.
They
We've
are,
been invaded. We are
they
invaded.
are.
Abort mission.
But he sent us this TikTok, to explain like weddings.
Yeah.
So it was saying like weddings in like America, maybe you have like 100, maybe 200 people for the like invited, maybe like 50 come for
Yeah.
the reception, maybe 70 come for like the church service, and then compared to
Yeah.
Nigeria, girl,
Yeah. I was about to say
500
50 people
invited,
is more than my family. Yeah, go ahead.
500 invited in Nigeria.
Oh,
40
geez.
people at the church wedding,
Oh, Lord.
1,500 at the reception. So looking at
Jesus
that,
God. Oh, Lord.
I'm like
How many did you say was at the church wedding?
40.
Oh, 40 at the church? Why so small?
I don't
40.
know. Yeah, 40.
Okay. Okay. Instead of
The
you
what
people to be
got
going to
me,
church to pray to God, you cannot do that. But reception to eat rice and chicken, you jump over. It's all right. Go ahead.
it's so funny
It's
because like
astonishing to me.
what shocked me was that the jump in numbers. How do you go from 40 to
Yeah,
1,500? Like I'm just
one
so
thousand five
confused.
hundred.
And
And half
like
the people just
treating
be people who
people
just crashed your wedding.
exactly. No, I feel like for my wedding it's gonna be invite only. I'm so sorry. Like if you don't get an invitation, oh hey, yeah, sorry. next. But
Security will be
I just found
escorting
it
you out of the premises. I'm being
absolutely. I
serious
just found it.
for real.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Like I even found it so because my brother got married
Hmm.
in November last year, so I know the stress and the money it takes to plan a wedding, to feed everybody a wedding. So looking at my money wise kind of life at the moment, I don't have that money to feed anybody at the wedding. I can feed myself and maybe my husband, but everybody, yeah, it's not there yet. So,
Just
and
like
I
come with
think
your own
like
lunch.
no, for real though, because money, I don't have money to feed everybody at the moment for a wedding. So it's either you patiently wait for me to get there, and I think that's something society has to accept. We're all at different
Hmm.
times of our lives, right? So like someone who is 21 maybe ready. Someone who's like 28 may be ready, but
Sure.
someone who's like 24, 25 after post grad, listen, they just finished a 4 year degree. Give them space to breathe, right?
Exactly.
Like give them space to breathe, find yourself a bit, and then go get you what you want.
How much money do you think is reasonable to spend on a wedding? Like in grand total, dress included. I will say this: I don't think someone should be buying a $10,000
Uh,
dress. Like that's silly. But it should also be
yeah.
nice dress because I'm very sentimental, so I would
Mhm.
definitely keep it for like just to keep it, and maybe I'll wear it. I might
Yeah.
just reward it again just to wear it for like a 10-year anniversary because
I was gonna
it's
say
my
that.
teen. I'll wear it as many as I was. So.
That's a great question. I actually don't know because I feel like now things in the economy are just so expensive. Like,
Mhm.
it's just so expensive. I can't really put a number because I'm also a very expensive girl, so you got to keep that in mind.
You're what?
That I'm an expensive girl. Like I'm expensive,
Do
so
you think a
I
hundred?
like.
Yes. Do you think 100,000 would be too much?
I don't
The
think
fact that you have to think about
so.
100,000. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
fair.
don't think so, Because I have dreams to go on the Say Yes to My Dress show, so like I don't know how much the dresses are expensive, so I don't know.
They're so expensive. They're so expensive.
But I
I'm
don't
gonna start at
know.
50,000 being decent. Like I think 50,000. Some people will be like, "Oh
Okay.
my God, 50,000 is so much." Not saying I would spend
Mhm.
that or would it. I don't know. Like I generally, like you said, once you start counting all the stuff you need, it does get pricey. But I think below 20,000, I just feel like you just put it together. I definitely would not be spending 20,000. I know it'd be more than that. But I
Yeah.
think it's reasonable to
Yeah.
start at 50 grand. But that's the thing, you have to have a good job and be able to pay for it. You shouldn't
Yeah.
put your wedding on a card or like a what's that called? Have debt just for a wedding. Like that's dumb. You should have money
Yeah.
saved up to spend for it, and both
Exactly.
people should hold their weight. So and also, if you can
Absolutely.
cut costs at certain places, you should cut costs. Your wedding
Yeah.
dress shouldn't be the whole budget. Be reasonable as
Yeah.
well. Food is
Yeah,
important,
that's true.
entertainment, venue is extremely important to me. And for
Mhm.
us, Nigerian people that will do traditional
Of course.
church wedding, reception, and then
Mhm.
some people like to do Thanksgiving too, which is nothing wrong with
Mhm.
that. But do you see
That's a
people at
lot.
Thanksgiving after the Thanksgiving service?
Pardon?
Do you see people after the Thanksgiving service, or did they just go to their house and leave?
Um, I feel like they greet people. Like I know at my brother's Thanksgiving at church, we took a
Hmm.
photo with like family because like I think our
Hmm.
family came down, and then like their family, like my sister-in-law's family was over with her, so we took pictures and everything, and
Yeah.
then we went home. And then yeah, they
Yeah,
went to their
see,
own
that's
house. We
nice.
went to our own house, and
Very
then yeah,
simple. It cannot be Nigeria. They'll take away something
that's what I'm
that
saying.
makes
One
them.
thousand five hundred people. 1,000. I
Did you
can't
not?
imagine doing that.
Did you not eat at the ceremony the other day? Why must you be eating again at Thanksgiving? They call this
As
Thanksgiving
in,
to give thanks, not to be
as
taking rights and take
in,
away.
as
But God will
in,
help us share.
as
It's just
in. Amen.
astonishing.
Amen. Amen. Well, this is such a good conversation. If you guys have any post grad tips, let us know in the
Hmm.
comment section below if you're listening on YouTube, as well as go to our Instagram. But Debo, where can they find us?
You guys, we are everywhere, okay? We're on Apple
Everywhere.
Podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
Spotify, we're on Instagram at Unwind Podcast. _. We're also on TikTok at Unwind Podcast 4. Y'all, make sure you like our TikTok, okay? Because
Yes.
we be funny or whatever, if I do say to myself. And make sure to rate us a big old 5. We'll take 4.5 or maybe 4 only. But please, if you're going to criticize, we love constructive criticism. Let us know what we could improve on. Let us know what you'd like to hear from us, because we've got lots of cool, exciting, fun things in store. And thank you so much for sticking on this journey with us.
Yeah, well,
Any
have a
last
good day,
words?
guys. No, just have a good day. Have a wonderful day, and we'll
Yes.
see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.